You have the land, you have the lease, you have everything.
I have what my family fought for.
Most storytellers and actors, they want to understand where their characters came from. And so I had built out this backstory of where the Dutton family came from. At one point, the president of production at Paramount had asked me, and I told him very specifically how they came to be in Montana, and he said, Taylor, that's a TV show.
This is the sequel to the prequel and follows 40 years behind 1883. You know, America's changing. Modern society is now crashing down on this cowboy mentality in Bozeman, Montana.
And that's what's interesting about that time, the 20s, it's changing. You know, we got electricity coming in, cars and horses on the same street.
It's this collision of two worlds, this old way of life meeting this new way of life.
1923 is the continued story of a Dutton family. It brings in a lot of new characters and it sets up a strong foundation for the next generation of Duttons. It's the story of the Yellowstone Ranch.
Hey, Jacob, when you want to push the herd up?
Jacob Dutton is, of course, the older brother of James Dutton from 1883, continuing the traditions of our family.
The Dutton family is so interesting, and what I find riveting about the story of someone coming to this unexplored place, and now this unexplored place is at the risk of being gentrified. The Wild West was truly becoming a relevant center of resources and sort of the dawn of the Mountain West becoming a playground for the elite from the East. To be able to tell the story of that evolution, of watching the town of Bozeman grow and thrive, and watch the growing pains that take place.
Well, you can't get justice without closing the gates of heaven.
What do you know about heaven? The big theme within our story is the potential destruction of the land because of progress, because of modernization, which you can't hold back, but at the same time, the sacrifices that you're going to make in terms of nature maybe are too great. There are forces around the family, around the land, around the landscape that are looking greedily at it, wanting to take it.
Jacob and his family are going to be put under immense pressure, and the fate of the ranch will be at stake.
The progress and change goes hand in hand with exploitation.
Man doesn't own the grass, God owns the grass.
Culture that's coming more and more disconnected from living with the land to power over the land and power over other people, but also the consequences of the people who were already here.
This hasn't been done so truthfully before. About Indigenous peoples, our story hasn't been shared in the rawest way possible, and it is being done so now. So you can just look out for the truth, the stone-hearted truth, and I say be prepared for that.
You know, your goal is to educate and enlighten and entertain. So what I try to do is peek as authentically into a world as I can, at least give people a sense of what it was like to live in that time.